What is going on, members of the Shy Guy Squad? Today you have me, Yugi, taking on Pegasus in the Duelist Kingdom Finals. I have my ever-faithful Kuriboh, Feral Imp, Curse of Dragon, Dark Magician, Magician of Black Chaos, and my Celtic Guardian against Pegasus, the creator of duel monsters, and his relinquished Toon Mermaid, Manga Ririon, Mimicat, Toon Summon Skull, and Jigen Bakudan. And I am just here to say, this is probably going to be the cringiest intro I've ever done, and I'm going to do the entire video in my Yugi-Moto voice. But without further ado, can I win the Duelist Kingdom Finals and reclaim the souls of Mokuba, Kaiba, and of course my dead grandpa? We are challenged by Pokemon trainer Maximillion Pegasus because for some reason we're settling this over a children's video game instead of a children's trading card game. But he summons Relinquished, which is pretty terrifying. What does it do, Pegasus? Tell me! What am I doing? But he summons Relinquish as I lead with my ever-faithful Kuriboh, and he finds my big root, which is my equip spell. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I was joking. I'm not doing everything the Yugi-Moto voice, but as you guys can see, we're leading off with Kuriboh, my Comfey, with a big root. I used Toxic on the Relinquished, and he's also going to use Toxic on me, so he's about to absorb Kuriboh into his belly, get those extra 300 attack points, and make sure that if I hit him, I'm going to take life point damage. And if you guys don't remember from Duelist Kingdom, they had 2,000 life points. Now, if you thought life points are just tools right now and 8,000 or 4,000, depending on how you play, they had potentially a quarter of that or half of it. That's terrifying. But with that being said, Pegasus is going to withdraw his Relinquished and go into Jigen Bakudan, which is his Shuckle. This thing, oh my goodness. It's just Shuckle in general, just has me so frustrated. They can call me the frustrated Celtic Guardian at times, but Kuriboh is of course going to lose more toxic damage. Kuriboh, use Taunt. I'm sorry, but he's going to taunt the Jigen Bakudan, so that Mental Herb is going to get popped, because let's be real, you're not using Shuckle unless you're bringing Mental Herb, because this thing's only good for Sticky Web, and let's see, Sticky Web, Stealth Rock, Toxic, etc. This thing is not good for attack. You can try the Power Split set, but it's still pretty freaking garbage, so I'm just going to go for the Toxic actually here, expecting him to swap out, as he goes into Manga Ririon. And if you guys are wondering what that is the dragon which you see Pegasus used. He had it in, it kind of like, its card art is a dragon egg with ice in it and like legs coming out of it. But in Toon form it's a lot scarier than that, like more annoying at least. And I get the Toxic off, and for some reason he brought it as Mega Kangaskhan. Personally, I think maybe Dragonite would have been a better option for Toon Ririon, but each to their own, I suppose. So he is going to pop off the Toon World version now. So he was in the regular egg form, and now Toon World has started, as you guys have been hearing in the background for a while now. And you know, Toon Ririon is going to mess me up, as you know, this thing is Ubers for a reason, and we're playing at level 100, which makes it even worse. And as you guys are about to see, Seismic Toss. This is one of the main reasons Kang is Ubers. Parental Bond plus Seismic Toss means that this thing does a consistent 200 points of damage to anything that it hits, that fighting types hit. So everything except for ghost types take a consistent 200 points of damage. That's terrifying. But I have Curse of Dragon, which I specifically made Mega because of all the spike stuff on it. So he sends a Mimicat. I have no clue what Mimicat is going to copy in this duel, because I haven't used Summon Skull or anything. I mean, I guess it could copy Kuriboh. I guess that's probably the best bet. But I do connect my Stone Edge though, which feels nice. Now Mimicat is pretty weakened, and I like seeing that. So I'm going to take back my Curse of Dragon and go into my Feral Imp, the Keldeo. Now, I debated if I wanted to bring Beaver Warrior, the Beaverl, but I didn't, because Beaverl is kind of bad. I could have done it, but I decided on Feral Imp, because Keldeo kind of looked like Feral Imp, and I kind of like that a little bit better. I mean, I still am, like, there's still a lot of threats on Pegasus' team that I have to deal with. But he's going to go for the parting shot here just as I get my attack boost from Justified. And he's going to make that fast swap right into Toon Mermaid on the field. I'm sorry, I had to have a thrown in Pegasus there as well. I feel like I do a pretty decent Pegasus, and I could do a full video as Pegasus too, I feel like. But we'll see. So luckily we get or not luckily actually, he sends in Toon Mermaid, which means I have to sack something because my team just dies to this thing. Now I thought about sending in Dark Magician here, but I just couldn't risk it because, like, if he clicked the water move, I just died. And he clicked the fairy move and Celtic Guardian was just the sack. Rest in peace, Celtic Guardian. But I'm gonna go into Curse of Dragon again, because Curse of Dragon, or Curse O Dragon here, it just does good damage to everything on his team with Stone Edge. Of course, I have to land Stone Edge, but in comes Relinquished again, ready to absorb yet another soul like it did with Karibo. Rest in peace, my friend. But I'm gonna go for Stone Edge. Does good damage. I'm sure that's a 2-hit KO, but that's something I don't even have to risk, which I'm very happy about, because I, on my next battle phase, as they say, it's my turn, I draw Curse of Dragon, attack, Relinquished, destroy him! And luckily for me, Relinquished is actually destroyed without even getting that Jigen Bakudan attached to it or anything like that, so Relinquished out of the way. And no polymerization to bring 1000 Ice Restrict. So I'm going to go for Stone Edge on Mimicat, and I do score the critical hit. I did believe in the heart of the cards, and it led me to the right away. As he sends in Toon Summon Skull, and I actually give him props on choosing Electivire as Toon Summon Skull, and you'll see very soon. Because the thing about Toon Summon Skull is the fact that its animation is the only thing that they're remotely similar, and I guess it does kind of have those horns as well. You'll see, not with Thunder Punch, but what he does next. So, of course, I have the Dark Magician, so I'm going to use that to what I can. As he's going to go for Volt Switch, and you see the arms, like when he stretches out like that, it kind of looks like when Toon Summon Skull attacks. But there's only one thing I can do, you know? Dark Magician! Dark Magic Attack! Which I guess is Mystical Fire because that was the signature move of Delphox in Generation 6. So let's say that is, you know, Dark Magic Attack, why not? So I go for Psychic next to try to damage the Shuckle a little bit, because I know I can't beat this thing. Like, I can't OHKO it by any means. It's going to be a pain in my butt to deal with. And now he has Stealth Rocks up, meaning that my my Aerodactyl is not going to appreciate it. My Curse of Dragon is not going to be very happy. And he also scores a Toxic before he falls to the grave. Stupid Jigen Bakudan. This thing is so bulky and I hate Shuckle. It's such a bad Pokemon. But, you know, what can you do? Stuck here fighting it. Fighting for my life, fighting for my soul. Trying to revive Grandpa, Kaiba, Mokuba. I mean, they're both last name Kaiba, but you never hear anybody call Mokuba Kaiba. It's always Kaiba and Mokuba. So, trying to here to save my friends and my grandpa, but, then he has Jigen Bakudan, which I couldn't even deal with in 2 turns, so it should have just exploded. But he summons Toon, Summon Skull, goes for the Thunder Punch, and my Dark Magician has been destroyed. So, feels bad. Feels very bad, man. But I go into Curse of Dragon right here, as it is my only play. Going to this thing, click Stone Edge, and pray, honestly. There's nothing more I can do. I just gotta hope, believe in the heart of the cards, and maybe they will guide me. But he goes into Toon Mermaid on the field, and that thing is gonna get bopped, because shout out to Stone Edge. Stone Edge is a good move, and we're gonna keep it that way. Now the thing is, on this Aerodactyl, I actually had Dragon Claw because I expected Rioron to be a dragon. If I had Earthquake, I think I would have done a little bit better, but I decided to go with Dragon Claw for no apparent reason, other than the fact that I expected Rioron to be a dragon. So there you go. He even told me it's a Mega Kangaskhan, so I don't know why I brought Dragon Claw, to be honest. I don't know what I was expecting. But I'm going to go for Stone Edge because it is my only good move in order to knock out the Rioron. Or at least bring it to the point where I can knock him out with toxic damage. So Karibo from the grave is going to take out probably what is the biggest threat to my team. And this, ladies and gentlemen, means that what's coming out next.
You may have succeeded in putting Yugi out of commission, but not before his final courageous act set the stage for the greatest magician in all of Duel Monsters. And with the magician of Black Chaos, I will avenge my fallen friend. Face it, Pegasus.
It's over. No, but the magician of Black Chaos, my fallen friend, I shall avenge him. As he ends in Toons Summon Skull, but with all of these field spells and trap cards and stuff that Pegasus has set up for me, it's not going to be easy to recover from this. As he goes for an attack, my magician can take it. I click Dark Pulse and I figure out he's Assault Vested. Yes, this Toons Summon Skull is Assault Vested and is way too bulky for me to be able to deal with. And Magician of Black Chaos fell short. My last card is the Feral Imp, otherwise known as Keldeo, under Sticky Web. If I didn't have Sticky Web here, I could have potentially picked it back up, because I am specs with Secret Sword, but because of the Sticky Web, that is going to be the game. And as I once said after losing to Raphael, no! And with that, Pegasus takes Yugi's soul. This is what would have happened if Pegasus won in Duelist Kingdom and actually beat Yugi. But that has been the second Yu-Gi-Oh! Theme of Duel. Let me know if you enjoyed the little extra edits, or if I should not do them next time, make them a little bit less necessary, I suppose, because I really enjoyed using them this time. And I'm going to, next time, I'm guessing I'll probably leave a poll or something. No, next time you guys should follow me on Twitter, because I do leave polls on what duel to do next. I usually try to mix it up so we have multiple options between different people on both sides. So the last poll that I had was Taya versus Mai, Joey versus Mako, Yugi versus Raphael, or Kaiba versus Alistair. So a bunch of duels that you guys could pick from. I think actually it was Yugi versus Merrick. I'm not exactly sure which one it was, but be sure to follow me on Twitter. I leave my polls for these battles here. Also, let me know if you are interested in them and want to partake in them, because I always look for people who wants to battle. And with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's duel. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and all of that stuff. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you once again for 2K, and I'm out this bitch. Bye!